Hello, hi, how are you today? It's Mercury Retrograde. You were probably feeling it and it's here. So, have you had some restless nights? Have you been woken up? Are you woke? Are you awakened? That's what this retrograde is doing. Now, we're here to talk about some of the good stuff here and some of the action stuff that you need to do. I do have my board just to kind of keep us on track. So, Mercury retrograde, I was getting the words last call, and last call kind of means like, what are you taking care of business before the season changes again? Because season changes are like that turn of the wheel. It's like having a giant clock in the sky that goes tick, tick, tick. You get those seasons 4 times a year because we're going around and things are at a different angle, things are at a different level of light, and sometimes you're at different energy levels. Every part of your life can have a season for things. Now, we're in the season of kids going back to school, kids going off to college, maybe people have graduated, people are off their seasonal hours, and maybe they're getting back to different hours, right? So there's a lot of that already in the air, in the atmosphere. So this one in particular, last call, this is a lot of what are you going to remove, take care of, call out, or bring closure to? What are you eliminating? Is there something that you need to eliminate? Anything from you need a break from coffee to you need to get rid of that old pile that's been sitting there for a while. Or you need to really eliminate some stressor in your life. What is that? What can you dig out? If you don't know how to dig it out, that's what some of the wake ups are for. When you're waking up at night, you're supposed to ask and receive some kind of guidance or answer. If you're clouding yourself up with all kinds of other crap, then that's not going to help you. Stress and worry doesn't really help you. Action does. Being able to take action. And you have to ask yourself, is this the way you are intended to live? Are you intended to live in a certain way? Or are you intended to get out of that rut, get out of that hole, get out of that set of financial constrictions? Are you intended to get out of that relationship, that marriage? If you've broken up with someone, have you really cleared your sexual energy, cleared your emotional energy? Have you stopped thinking about them, or do they pull you back somehow? I've been seeing that people are getting pulled back because they don't really know how to cut it. And I'm going to say this. If you're connected to a false twin and you still believe that that person is someone you need in your life, you're going to get sick. They make you sick. It's toxic. And there's only one way to eliminate that. It is through the body. You have to do the clearing. The clearing can take up to 3 months. I know how to guide people through that so that it is finished and done with. That's what these seasons are for, so that you can finish something before the next new thing starts up. What are you keeping grounded in your life? What are you trying to hang on to? What do you keep grounding? And, are you even grounding yourself properly? Like, if it's not making you feel stable, grounded, harmonious, balanced, loved by the universe, you're not grounding what you need to ground. You're not grounding what you're thinking you need to ground, because what you're thinking may not be what your soul really wants. And this is a hard thing for people to accept. There's everyone hangs on to something. I get it, because I have that kind of personality. I would like to hang on to stuff, and you just can't. Things become obsolete, things break. That's what happens. Relationships break. Sometimes you can't always fix them, and sometimes you need to move on. And this includes family. I'm not with people who are always saying how toxic their family is. You had your own toxic stuff. Maybe you're working on it. You need to make peace with them somehow, some way. There is a way to do it. That way is my modality because it makes it easy and it makes it livable and it makes it expedient and it makes it lovelier. I never would have believed I would have the relationship with my mother today that I have. I used to call her the most powerful woman in the universe because she seemed to have that control over me. We butted heads all the time. There's a lot of stuff. And I found out through my Akashic records, there was even more stuff going into the past. I'm able to help you heal so expediently by using your Akashic records. And I don't need photos or numbers or dates or something. What I need is when you talk, your spirit talks to me. The spirit of you and the other person that is truly connected to you. That's how I feel. That's how I guide. That's how I heal. So what are you keeping grounded in your life? We don't know. But you might know and you might sense it. And if you can't, it's time to seek the help. It's time to really seek the help, because if it's not changing and you're not changing it, then change one thing and invest in this for yourself. Speaking of your finances, okay, this is something that I've noticed with a lot of people. When they take a few baby steps in the right direction and they start investing in the proper things, they invest in themselves, they invest in a checkup, they invest in checking something, they have literally staved off crisis. How much would it take for you to get some guidance and stave off crisis? What part of your financial life can you connect to or disconnect and detach from? Okay. And this could be anything from maybe you decide to cancel all your streaming services and free up some money for the month. Good. If that's what you need to do, then you need to do that. Is that going to help everyone focus on their work, focus on their homework, do better, be less distracted? Okay. You're not going to age and then think, God, I wish I had watched that last episode. I don't know. Maybe I should have scrolled through a few more Instagrams. I don't know. I really regret those things. You're not going to say that. What you're going to say is, thank goodness I had the finances for that fabulous experience or that travel or that gift I could buy. These are the things that your soul wants, the things that really hit home for your life. Okay, the way that you want to live. This Mercury retrograde, this is about your life. This is tagging right into the Venus retrograde. Me, see me? This has to be about you. Mercury retrograde helps you to go back, do a review. It helps you to see things. It's not just about not signing contracts. Sometimes it's about the timing of the right contract, the timing of the correct contract, not just not signing any contract, okay? And there are things that I call night and day situations that I teach people about, which is a part of how you work it through your body to create the outcome that you want. And even if it's not perfect, it can be an improvement over what you would have gotten. I call those night and day situations. And I've coached a lot of people through those things. So stop making things a crisis. That's also a part of this Mercury retrograde. Stop scattering around like a chicken, okay? This is why one of the things I don't do and don't like to do is talk about politics and politicians and, this, that, and the other thing. It's been the same way for thousands of years. Politics exist. People live by it, but there is good and there's not so good, okay? There's room for improvement. I need you to be who you are. I need you to be the person you came here to be so that you can be a part of the solution, which is drawing in the love and implementing and putting it into action, okay? So stop making those things a crisis. Stop making it a cause de guerre. You don't need to take up the cause of everyone else, okay? Really fine people are doing that. And those people themselves sometimes need to do that. Yes, some people do not have a voice like animals. However, you have to be able to discern and develop your discernment, get clarity, and be able to take action. Now, if you have issues with addictions, I'm going to tell you, join my webinar. Okay, if you have addictive things, if you're wondering what things are going to be a crisis, either have a one-on-one session, get some coaching, join my webinar, which is starting next month. I always do a monthly webinar, and this one is to help your light body develop the new chakras that don't want to carry any of this stuff and tote you to where you need to be. So thanks so much. Let's make that Mercury retrograde a friendly one. Let's flip it on its head and get you to where you need to be. Have a good day. Bye.